Welcome to a Drop Tent Media production.
The Porcupine with Adam Nutter.
What's up, everybody? Adam Nutter. Hey, how are you? If my eyes keep going this way, it's because me and one of my guests tonight are fucking degenerate gamblers, and I'm watching the game. So we got to see what's going on for money purposes. But I'm also here involved in this, obviously. Guys, thanks for tuning into the Porcupine as always. Again, I am Adam Nutter. Follow me in my new Twitter handle because the other one's gone. This shit's nuked. So go follow at Tattooed Comic, please. Also, go buy a shirt. Go buy a fucking shirt, you scumbags. Porcupine shirts available. Sleeveless shirts like the Cult of Us shirts are coming in soon. And of course, you want to get your Disability, your local Nutter shirt, buy artwork by Top Lobsta himself, who should be here also at some point tonight. But droptent.com/store for that. Since we are live tomorrow in Horsham at Big Chief Brewing, I'll be doing stand-up there. So coming out to that, I think it's like $10 at the door. So coming out. October 4th up in Chalfont, Pennsylvania. That's the regular pop-in show that we run a Drop Tent. So coming out to that's going to be Brian Six, Brian Finella, John Del Calo, Neil Wood, and myself. It's going to be a fucking banger of a show. Then November 19th, I'll be down in Delaware with the Libertarian guys down there in Delaware doing shows. But I think that's also open to anybody. I'll get more info when that's available. And more shit coming up. I just fucking can't think of the top of my head, but it's fine. So coming out, go follow me at Adam Nutter on Instagram, at Tattoo Comic on Twitter. All right, enough of me. Guys, my only guest so far in this studio right now. You guys know him. You guys love him. Toad from Tower Power. What's up, Brother Bear?
That's right. What's up? I'm Top Lobsta. What are you talking about? Don't I look as sexy as him?
Totally.
Yeah.
If I didn't say anything, people would be like, is that Top or Toad? I can't tell.
Our names are pretty similar, and
yeah.
I'm not a degenerate gambler, sir. I am a skilled wagerer, and I have a track record of winning. If you want a play for Saturday in college, take California +4 against Washington State. Washington State's in a terrible spot. Take Cal.
Dude, like we were saying off air, college is so fucking unpredictable. It's just I get so scared betting college football. I mean, the pros are fucking hard enough. It's like college is just a fucking nightmare. Like you were saying, the Appalachian game. It's like 40 points and not covering. It's in the fourth quarter.
40 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, quarter.
3 touchdowns in the final 15 seconds. Yeah, because they went for a 2-point conversion where they could have won the game by 1 at that point. If they didn't get it, it's like, all right, they're going to lose by 1. I have +1.5. They're still going to cover the spread, but no, they needed to get the ball back, so they let UNC score another touchdown so they could get the ball back, and then they scored another touchdown, went for 2 again, didn't get it, and lost by 2.
Yeah, it's infuriating. And it's like, again, like I was saying, it's like college is the end. You have like, unless you're like an Alabama or LSU or like a Ohio, you only really have like 2 or 3 star players on your team. That's it.
Right.
And the rest is 18, 19-year-old college kids who are like, I don't know what I'm really doing. I'm not that good because none of those kids are making the NFL. I think it's like less than 1% of all D1 football players like make it into the next level of the NFL, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
even though it's like there is like a decent amount of parity in college football, though, really, if you think about it, despite the fact that there are those teams that are kind of always on the top, it's still like some of those small teams can knock off some of those big teams. You never really know.
And that's why it's like every time you hear someone be like, oh, I'm sure like Ohio would be Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, no, they won't. They'll literally get their face fucked through the ground.
Like, no, I was just going to say that. Yeah, like even the top college football team still only has that like elite core. Right. Some of them are going to go into the NFL, but you're talking about them facing an entire team of those people. It's like, no, you're ridiculous. Like the worst NFL team, like the Jets or whatever, would still probably be like a 20-point favorite over who's the best college team right now? Alabama? I don't even know.
Yeah, probably Alabama. Yeah, but anyway, people are like, I don't want to listen to football. I get it.
Cole is going to be pissed. Cole is not coming on, and we talk sports, the one thing that he used to do and wants to do.
Yeah. Are you guys even doing the podcast anymore?
No, but I doubt it. It's become 0.5 takes, I guess.
I know, like there is really no libertarian sports podcast out there, is there?
Yeah, there's an opening there.
There's an opening there because it's because our movement's mostly full of fucking autist nerds who fucking never threw a football in their life. I love
You
you
need
guys.
to,
Just saying.
weaponize the autism and direct it at sports wagering. That's what you got to do. That's what I've done.
Exactly. I'm sure again, Garbage is gonna come on soon and shit on you for it, but
he will, but you can't shit on my actual track record. So,
but yeah, I've been having a good season. But anyway, enough football talk. I do have some clips I wanted to go over with you and everybody else today, but fuck it, since they're not here yet, we'll just start.
Yeah.
I'll let you choose. Do you want to start with dumb Canadian chick who has Bell's palsy because of the fucking Fauci shot?
We can start with that. I think I saw that video today, like a few hours ago. If we're talking about the same thing, she's like an actress. I think.
Yeah, it has to be the same thing. Yeah.
We can go with that.
All right, because the other video I have is like a little more. It's more serious. It's the fucking horse-faced New Zealand cunt who's was at the UN talking about like transparency for the internet.
I've seen all of these videos. Yeah, Jacinda Ardern. I think is her name.
That is her name. Yeah.
I'd still fuck her if I didn't have to look at her face. But
that's most women. I feel like
yeah,
you can say that too.
If you got a hole, I'll just do it. I'll fuck most men too. So.
All right, let me just pull this fucking thing up real quick. Good. All right. Yeah, this is wild, dude. Like the brainwashing is fucking insane. All right.
Oh yeah.
Here's the audio. All right. So this
is
you hear that?
A video I want.
Yep, I can.
And it's
so this is a Canadian actress, Jennifer Gibson.
I see what I'm going to say, which is I have been diagnosed with Bells Palsy, which is paralysis.
She looks like she's in a state of like half shock all the time.
She looks like she's had a stroke, and I looked way better after my stroke than she looks here. So
yeah, it's wild. Anyway,
it's on one side of the face. For me, it's this side here, the left, obviously. So I got it about 2 weeks after getting my vaccine, and I had a rough go with the vaccine, and I guess still am. But I have to say that I would do it again because it's what we have to do to see people. So I don't know why I'm making this video, but here's my word smile.
Let me just say this. First of all, she'd be a great J.R. Ross impersonator. That's what I want to say first.
How recent is this video?
I think it was like today.
This is today, and she still believes that you need to get whatever the most recent variation of this vaccine is. You still need to get that in order to see people at all. That's what she just said.
Pretty much. She said, because this is what we need to do. So I'm assuming, and this is me are trying to articulate our thought process here, but it's like, so we need to get Bell's palsy for the cause, bro. It's like, I think it's she's saying like, well, it's for the better, it's for the good of the cause. You know, it's like one of those things. Like we have to do this for the cause. Dude, wild. Imagine getting fucking Bell's palsy. And by the way, we didn't say it was from the fucking shot. She did.
Yeah. And saying that you would still get it again.
Let me introduce our other illustrious fucking guest.
What you have to do.
Mr. Garbage Man. I'll look at you fucking looking cool with the cigarette while smoking and drinking. All right, we get it.
What up?
I want him to do the cigarette going right into the bottle thing. You know?
Call that a Kramer.
Yeah. His background's all fucking blurry, man. This is
what is behind you?
Were you fucking? You were fucking a chick and you got the camera all fogged up or something? What's going on here?
No, I just got home. I was watching the game with the boys. There's probably mail on this table behind me that would be a dead duck, so I blur the background.
So funny, you dumb I don't know, Garbage. I was just showing I'll play it again. I don't know if you saw this, and I'm sure you fucking saw this today. But I'll play it again for you if you didn't. I
have not seen this.
Okay, so this is a Canadian actress named Jennifer Gibson, and she posted this herself. Again, I believe today. I'm not sure if anybody out there wants to fucking fact check me on that, but I believe today. But anyway, here, give this a watch.
Video I want to make. And it's kind of hard to make because as I'm watching myself, I see.
She got the booster or what?
I
nailed it.
Which is paralysis on one side of the face. For me, it's this side here, the left.
Does getting Bell's palsy make you a redundant idiot too, or is that just who you are?
I feel like she already looked retarded before she got the
I
shot,
got it
too.
about 2 weeks after getting my.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She looks like every other woman.
All right. Yeah. So she just said, "I got 2 weeks." I'll run it back a little bit.
Getting my vaccine.
Oh, wait.
So I got it about 2 weeks after getting my vaccine, and I had a rough go with the vaccine, and I guess still am. But I have to say that I would do it again because it's what we have to do to see people. So I don't know why I'm making this video, but
this might be older.
here's my word smile.
So this might be older. I don't know.
Okay,
Either way,
so
what the
my
fuck?
initial thoughts are like, we joke about this shit, but it's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But the fact that at the end of it, she's like, I would do it again. I'm like, God bless. Like, there's so much cognitive dissonance there. Like, I'm fucked for life because of this, but let me do it again to appease these people.
Right. It's like, imagine like it making you have leprosy or like another crazy, some sort of disease, or like you got AIDS or something crazy. It's like, well, listen, if I need to do my part, I have to get those AIDS to fucking go out there and see my grandmother. It's like, you dumb bitch. It's wild.
Yeah. Like, I have a very different feeling between like the people that had these like horrible adverse reactions to the vaccine and they are like regretting it and like didn't know that it was going to do that going into it. And I feel really bad for those people when somebody like this who was promoting it and they're, you know, talking about, I would do it again. We have to do this again. I have to at least laugh. Like, what else am I going to do?
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine being
Spud,
that retarded.
Right. Spud said, that's wild, man. This is a direct result of not controlling your hole. That's coming from a lady.
She might be like a single, like crazy cat lady too. So
yeah, well,
you never know too. And Canada, right? Like if you're not promoting the vaccine, they'll just round your ass up, right? Canada got the camps or what?
Oh yeah, did they have? Or that was just Australia who did that?
I don't know. Canada's been real awful on all the COVID shit for since the beginning.
Canada was pretty bad. They just reopened. They have open borders again, man. They just reopened their borders to the unvaccinated like this week.
So I mean, like when she's a white woman, so she's inundated with all the fucking propaganda, and she has like probably no
white liberal woman, by the way. Yeah. So it's like double
and
negative.
An actress. Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's got like no means to like mentally fend any of that shit off. So of course she's gonna like keep promoting it and think she's like doing the right thing and would do it again and keep being a saleswoman for Pfizer or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
still sad. I mean, but she's retarded.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it is sad. Like if that is true, if that is what she said is true, like that's fucking terrible. But also, hey, have a brain between your fucking ears. It's like, and like Toad, you said too. It's like, I'm sure because everyone isn't us, right? Who's like the average person in the world or whatever modernized country. They're not like as far. They're not as far reaching. They're not as far reaching as us in our thought. Where we're like, we kind of we know what's up with the propaganda. Like we're fucking out there libertarians, so we kind of get it. The average person might be like, well, I don't know. It's like a flu shot, right? Like, what's the big deal? But like you said, this is different. This is like they're still promoting propaganda and they still want us to be like, but it's not a big deal, right? As your fucking eye is dripping past your fucking cheekbone, dude. Like it's
I had a rough go about it.
Such a very Canadian thing to say too. A rough go about it.
Yeah. I would still do it again as she's on her deathbed.
But like again, and now they're saying like, oh, climate change is causing like heart attacks in children. And shit, it's like all the same bullshit. Remember that Project Veritas video from I want to say right around when Trump lost. They had that CNN like high executive producer on like on the camera undercover, and he's like, first he goes like, oh, we didn't have anything on Trump, really, we just made it all up. And then the very next thing he says, he's like, once he's out of office, he goes, we're gonna go after climate change.
Yeah,
it's out there to see. And of course, I don't know if you guys saw the CNN video with Don Lemon recently with the NOAA director, the national whatever the fuck that stands for, is like the weather people.
Yeah,
the guy's talking about Hurricane Ivan, right? And he's like, hey, it's going up the coast, and he's just like giving straight what's happening, like no propaganda.
Ian? They renamed it Ivan. They renamed it Ivan because they want you to hate the Russians even more.
That's what I was about to say. The hurricane isn't real. The hurricane isn't real. It's Russian disinformation.
Whatever dumb name. By the way, I was saying this on Cult of Us. They give the fucking lamest, unimpressive names for hurricanes, like Hurricane Kevin. You're like,
the one that caused there was like this really bad hurricane that hit us up here in New England when I was a kid, like probably 6 years old or something, and it was Bob.
Imagine your house getting blown away by Hurricane Bob. You're like, God damn it. It's not even cool. Yeah. But the guy just like, again, just given the path of the hurricane, being like, it's going to hit like Fort Myers, whatever. And then Don Lemon's like, well, climate change is because of this, right? And the guy's like, you can't just link like one hurricane to climate change. And then Don Lemon goes, well, I grew up in Florida. These are getting worse.
Like, are they though? Like, compared to what?
But even if they are, let's say that was true. Him just living in Florida has no metric on like his like ability to tell us that.
We know what he was doing in Florida. He was hanging out with Andrew Gillum and shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. They're both homosexual black men, so.
And then like the next segment on CNN like today was just them being like hurricane climate change, even though the NOAA guy was like, no. Like it's wild. And again, like you could show people that Project Veritas video and just be like, no.
Like, I'm tripped out by the people who like even need a Project Veritas video, right? Like, because let's go. I am the bottom of the barrel.
That's right.
But
yeah.
Why would you, I don't even need like a Project Veritas video. We watched those and we're like, yeah, we knew this
right
2 years ago.
100%.
We didn't need. I don't know. Like,
but no, it's like that again for us. We know that, but if you show a normie that, like, hey, look, the guy saying it here, he's lying. He's lying. He doesn't know he's being filmed.
Going on for decades. You could go back to like the 70s and easily find somebody who was saying like the exact same shit.
Yeah. Oh, how many times when we were kids have we heard like Miami will be underwater by 2022? And it's like, well, now it is, I guess, technically from a hurricane. But I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Orlando is at least. I think Miami is less bad than Orlando right now.
Yeah, no, it is.
Put myself in the shoes of someone who like doesn't question anything at all whatsoever. It's like, oh, that's what they're telling me. It must be true. Like,
yeah, I guess.
Like, how do you get to that point? I'm like, I don't know. I know everybody's an NPC. Or whatever, but I'm just like, I can't even fathom being that.
You've been given a lobotomy by the corporate press.
Oh, for sure. I guess when we were kids, like, obviously you believe what you're told because you're a fucking kid, right? You don't have any cognitive ability to be like, yeah, I guess that doesn't exist. But then once you start to get older and read your shit, or just look around you, like common sense will dictate most things you're being told are fucking lies. Like, again, I'll be honest with you. I was 13 when 9/11 happened, and especially being in Staten Island in New York when it happened. Like, yeah, I got swept up in the patriotism and the bullshit, right? Like
I even knew then. Like, how old was I? It happened in 2001.
Yeah.
I turned 11 the day after 9/11, and I knew then when people were like, they hate us for our freedom. I was like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, but that's good. That's awesome that you did that. But like, again, like, especially because it literally hit home for me. Like, oh, fucking
no, that makes
look
sense.
who made it.
You're right there.
Top Lobster. What's up, brother?
You're finally done slumming it with Josh Smith.
Man, you fucking crackers get here real early. What's up?
Nothing, brother bear. How you? How's the storm?
Good. It was non-existent. It's fucking bullshit.
Okay.
I told you it was Russian disinformation.
Russian propaganda.
Top just shot at it with a bunch of his guns and warded it off.
That Shane Gillis joke. What's up, Jose? When he was like, Trump was like, want me to nuke the fucking Hurricane Dorian? That's the funniest shit of all. Because he did say that. It was hilarious. But no, but like garbage. Like I was saying, like, again, like literally in my backyard, like, you know, like my friend's parents died. Like, I saw my neighbors come home covered in ash. So like, yeah, I was definitely wrapped up.
You were neighbors with Pete Davidson?
No, but I am better than him.
He was neighbors with Pete Davidson's father. No, I got swept up in it too. I was 16. I was essentially a Republican at that point. I got swept up in it, and I was like, yeah, well, we have to go get the people that did this. That makes sense to me. Then when I was in college, it started making less sense to me.
I'll tell you, my dad, my base Papa Nutter. I'll tell him. 2003, when we launched the Tomahawk missile to Iraq, and we started that whole campaign. I remember this vividly, dude. It's like one of those vivid moments in my life where I was in the basement with my dad, and we were standing next to each other, like standing. I was like, the night vision, all the fucking bombs are going off, and my dad just was like silently staring at the screen. He just goes like, "We just started a war that we're never gonna get out of." And I didn't understand at the time what he meant by that, but like totally right, nailed it. My dad totally fucking nailed that shit.
Robert Nutter, based man.
Yes. So yeah, I got wrapped up in it, but like, I guess if I was outside of the New York sphere, I mean, actually, Todd, how old were you during 9/11?
Old. I was in 6th grade. I remember. I was in Mark Twain. You know where that's at? Like
in the Bronx,
the Mississippi River. I have no idea.
No, like it's in Coney Island. It's right across the river from Manhattan.
Oh, I thought you were hanging out with the N-word Jim.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so
I'm not saying it. I'm not going to get you nuked.
I say it. Everybody say it right now.
Nuke is the N-word.
I remember. So I must have been like, I don't know, 12, 13 or something like that, just picking up like papers, because the papers that like flew from the top floors like just flew over the water to my elementary school. So it was kind of cool.
Wild.
We got a souvenir.
How much of the patriotism did you buy into?
Yeah, that's what that was my question. Did you buy into it like I did?
I think I was too young. I think Adam, you were like,
I was
13, 50, right? Oh, 13.
Yes.
Oh,
I was 50.
I don't know. I don't think I bought in much to the patriotism. Maybe, I don't know why. I didn't really care too much. I saw it. It was like, it didn't affect me in that way. I don't know why.
No, that makes sense. 6th grade's still pretty fucking young, dude. And like, again, I was already a teenager. I was in high school. I was like a sophomore. So like, I was definitely way more aware of my surroundings than you were in 6th grade for sure. But yeah, dude, that shit fucked me up for a long time until like 2003, 2004. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Something's not right here. And you start to like parse it together. And you're like, so they don't have weapons of mass destruction, but we just keep bombing them. It's like, again, like common sense shit that we should all, especially adults, especially at that time, should have been asking those questions. And they just kept fucking buying into it. And then Patriot Act comes along and then buying into it. Then it gets signed again. And we keep buying into it. It was a fucking nightmare, dude.
All the way up to Pfizer and Moderna.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. It never really goes away. I guess it's just always something new. Like, what's the next thing? Fake alien attack? Like, what is it going to be?
Be careful.
Yeah. Project Bluebeam all the way. I support Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to get nuked for that. Nothing else. I'm going to nuke for Project Bluebeam talk. Yeah, I don't know. But, like, I mean, I feel like the booster talk, I feel like is, like, not where – I feel like I'm replaced by Russia stuff.
Replaced by Russia stuff?
Yeah, like that whole like talk of like the whole regime of COVID is now being slowly replaced by the regime of Russia talk.
Well, yeah, it shifted to Russia, and then I think that has already like waned a bit. I don't know, because they seem to still be shifting to climate change. Like,
yeah, that's a big one
as well.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, this hurricane could have come at a better time for them.
I'm vaccinated against climate change. So.
Smokes 10 Newports a day.
I was gonna say, your lungs are protecting you. Wasn't one of like the number one things to protect yourself from the hurricanes like get vaccinated?
Yeah.
Joe Biden said that. On air the other day. Like, one of the best things you can do to help out during this hurricane, help yourself out, is to get vaccinated. Make sure you're vaccinated.
Like how number one wasn't like take shelter, secure your family. It's like that's first. Then everything else, I don't really care what you do.
They're never gonna stop shilling the vaccine. Like any minor inconvenience happens, like a tornado in Kansas that happens like all the time. They're gonna be like, well, make sure you're vaccinated.
You realize
that you saw that latest video of the Canadian actress where she's
we just played it before. If someone was on time.
My bad.
But I was saying that might have been from like when it first came out. Because kind of what it sounded like at the end. Because she's like, if this we have to see people, like we're beyond the see people point, even with the vaccine.
But Canada's not.
She's also in Canada.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I guess you are right. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. She's Canadian. Well, she's a dumb bitch. I don't know. Fuck it.
It's basically a third world country. Hey, David Brady in the chat.
Yeah.
David Brady seems like somebody from Canada, but he's not. I don't know.
It's like as close you could get
close
to.
enough.
Yeah,
They have almost the same accent.
they do the Yukon accent. They say a.
Same climate.
I'm just trying to figure out why I don't like him, but I guess that's why.
Canadian
It's the
adjacent.
red hair.
I was gonna say I thought the ginger would be. The
Yeah,
reason.
that's definitely it.
It's definitely a disqualifier. Sorry, Dave. You're out.
It's the fact that he has a podcast. That's one of the disqualifiers.
That is true. I hate all of us for that. I also, this was the next thing I wanted to play for us. This fucking bitch. All right, hold on, let me pull this up. I don't know if you guys saw this or not yet. Why is everything keep playing before I want to play? Pause. Fucking Christ. the horse-faced lady from New Zealand.
Yeah, Jacinda Ardern.
Yeah. So here, fucking. All right, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. It's 2 minutes. So it's a little long, but I'll pause.
For the record, I'd hit.
Yeah, we see that too. We agreed.
I would if I didn't have to look at her face.
I think 2 is getting carted off. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go Bengals.
Yeah, he's getting carted off the field like in a neck brace. So
he was already hurt, man. What are they doing?
He's out for the season right now. I'm telling you guys. Anyway,
great news for my fantasy team.
I have him in one of my leagues. No, he's not in my lineup, but I do have him.
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater sighting. All right.
Yeah,
well, Dolphins season is over. So Horseface Lady was speaking at the UN, and she calls for a new type of internet with rules and transparency. So here she is.
Yeah, I wonder what that means.
We launched an initiative alongside companies and nonprofits to help improve research and understanding of how a person's online experiences are curated by automated processes. This will also be important in understanding more about mis- and disinformation online, a challenge that we must, as leaders, address. Sadly, I think it's easy to dismiss this problem as one in the margins. I can certainly understand the desire to leave it to someone else. As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light-touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly.
What an ugly
lie.
Lie.
Yeah.
The whole room is disgusting. Like, look at the colors. It's like green and blue. Like, what the fuck? This is the UN?
That's the UN, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Which like it's funny because like she said before, she's like I know we want to leave it to somebody else, but like who else would do it besides government? Like that's what she's clearly getting at. It's like we have to take it over so everything's fucking transparent. Like it's so fucking evil.
I just gotta say her accent is odd.
Yeah,
I hate her accent.
No, New Zealand and Australian, you guys are dumb.
Yeah, thank you.
I agree with Toad on this.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like you guys. I fuck with Andy.
Her accent made her less fuckable.
I mean, the Australian one's better.
The Australian one is definitely hot. Yeah,
but this it's like the Canadian of Australia. You know, it's like
it's just like the budget Australian accent.
Yeah,
like,
it's like if you take the Australian one, you go for that. You know, you take what you could get.
It's not top tier, but I would definitely go for it.
Yeah, I also don't like
Australian. If you ever want an Australian chick to show you her pussy, you say, "Show me your map of Tassie."
Map of Tassie.
Yeah, it's because Tasmania is shaped like a triangle.
Oh, let me write that down. How do you spell that?
Can I tell her that I'll be her Tasmanian devil?
Can I tell you one of the funniest guys I think I've ever seen in my life? I was in Vegas with a buddy of mine. This is going back years, and he's fucking shit face hammered, right?
Oh yeah.
And he sees these 2 pretty girls on an escalator, and he runs up to them. He's like, "Hey, ladies," and they turn out to be Australian. And he's like trying to hit on them, and they're just not into it. And they're like, "We're good." And he's like, "Fuck you, your island's full of convicts." I was like, "Yeah, it's a good point." He just started trashing Australia like their fucking shitty history, and that didn't get him laid. But I was like, I like it.
While I cannot tell you today what the answer is to this challenge, I can say with complete certainty that we cannot ignore it. To do so poses an equal threat to the norms we all value. After all, how do you successfully end a war if people are led to believe the reason for its existence is not only legal but noble? How do you?
This bitch is dumb.
Have they tried not starting a war?
I've had enough
Yeah, please. I came here to chill with the homies, not be fucking Chinese water tortured. This is terrible.
The most dangerous, the really like dangerous thing about this though is that like the way that they pose this as like I'm this like very caring person and I'm going to talk in this like kind way, like, you know, if you care about people, you have to do this. Well, if you care about free speech, you have to do this. And she's promoting
their ideology. That's their ideology across the board, is that they have to preempt your decision making because you can't be trusted with it. And New Zealand is dumb enough to do it because they elected a woman to lead them. So.
that is the main issue here. Thank you for saying that, Andy. This is
Bengals to score, Toad.
This is all female energy. And this comes from like the Jordan Peterson kind of thing, like I commented on this, the eatable mother. This is the eatable mother syndrome, where you just like you eat your children or they fuck you later.
Oh, eatable mother. I was like, I enjoy going down on MILFs, if that's what you're talking about.
Go read a book, you fucking faggot.
I want to know about this psychological complex, because I was thinking old maid.
Continue, Top.
It's just what this is. Like, these people have no children of their own, or maybe they do, but they kind of want to mother over the rest of society. And this is very much that attitude, but you've given them guns to do it to you. And it's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea to have them in power at all. Whatever.
Also, if you watch her, like how she's giving the speech, like it feels like she was coached in how to almost be like a compassionate, because like as somebody who's on stage all the time, like you kind of just develop your own rhythm and like you kind of naturally look around. If you watch her, she's doing this. She's like,
yeah.
It's like very coordinated.
I don't know what compassion is.
But she has like this very coordinated, like, I have to look around. Like she was told, like, make sure you make eye contact, make sure you look around the room, make sure you look sad, make sure, but you also have like a part of you that's like, this is important though, with your eyes open, like don't close your, it's very like coached and like, it's very fucking
blink.
Right. Yeah.
Tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists? How do you ensure the human rights?
Turn it off.
All right, this is getting bad. You're right. This is fucking really unbearable. Holy shit.
Does anybody believe this shit? Or are we too far?
But that's the problem, is they do, right? Like they 100%.
I do agree with you, Adam, that they are deep into psychology and manipulation.
Yes.
That's
like a giant part of the game.
Their main tactic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, how else are you supposed to fucking bend those hearts and shit without being like, right? But like, climate change is killing people. Like the war is killing people. Like this is killing people. Like whatever, you can say whatever and killing people. People are like, we gotta protect it. It's like, nah, dude. It's like the idea. And then that's why I said the biggest thing that pissed me off about the whole thing was when she's like, hey, no one loves freedom of speech more than we do. Right? It's like,
who were the first professional activists? They were all lesbian white women.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, kind of. It's just like, I don't know, like how do you, but then she's at the UN, so like one of the biggest places where all these fucking world leaders get together. They're all listening to this bullshit. They're all in on it together. How the fuck do we combat that shit besides what we're doing now? Which, like, how much does that help? I don't know. Like, how do you stop it? Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm worried about. Like, the fucking future of all the fuck. Because think about it. Like, half the country around, just fuck the rest of the world. Half our own country is completely brainwashed into any narrative they put out.
I'll tell you how you stop it. It's really easy. Again, like I was just saying, this is just very strong female energy. No matter if it's coming from a woman or from a man that's saying this shit, the energy behind it is that like mother energy, like they want to help. And like today's society, we've emasculated men so much where men kind of just allow this. So I think the best way to battle this is just to be extremely disrespectful to women in general and people in power. And I'm doing my part every fucking day.
Yeah.
If you're a man, be a father.
Yes.
Being a father is a big part of that. So
I mean, the family unit's a big deal. Like for sure. Because they're clearly trying to fucking destroy that shit. I mean, how many fucking drag shows with children am I gonna have to fucking see on Twitter before I lose my fucking mind?
You have emasculated men. Like with my kids, and my wife is like base is a woman's going to be, but whenever she does something where I'm like, that's just kind of stupid, I don't think that's good for the kids, I'm like, we're not doing that. And she knows I'm serious. Like, we're going the other way. We're not doing that. There's some time, there's some like bargaining in between, but when things get too far, the man is just supposed to say no. That's it.
Yeah.
And then what the fuck are you gonna do about it? No. And then we go the other way.
You start disturbing that natural hierarchy, and you tell women that they're equal, and that's where you get fucked up shit like this.
There you go. You got to lie to them and tell them that they're equal. Don't actually make them equal. You guys are crazy.
Where's Zicky with his 19th Amendment memes when you eat him?
That's this day and age has made me seem so freaking crazy, but I think it's just realizing like what actually works and how we have to go back to that, and it just makes me seem like more of an asshole than I actually should be or should have to be. This kind of stuff should just be normal.
Yeah, that's why I'm not hopeful for the Italian prime minister, right? Like she could tap into populist rhetoric for one speech, and it could be a good speech, but overall, I mean, she's still a woman and a politician.
Well, yeah, didn't she also say goofy shit anyway already? Like that
was already. She's already promoting the Ukraine narrative. There was something I can't even remember what else. Like, yeah, it's already. Yeah, I think
her speech was definitely appealing. I mean, faith and family is.
That was it, though. That was her only good speech.
That was the whole point. Well, yeah, the best part about that is that there is like a base that wants to hear that.
Yeah, but I think every libertarian should be able to make that speech even better if you talk about why the state is inherently anti-family and egalitarian.
Right.
That was like my main criticism of her. I mean, I like the speech. I don't want to beat her up too much because even though I do enjoy beating women, but that was my main critique of it. I think, I'm fine with libertarians tapping into that populist sort of rhetoric, and I wish they would do it more and talk about
I think it's necessary actually.
That's one of my favorite things about Dave Smith. I know it's been kind of tumultuous around him lately, but I do like how he was on Joe Rogan kind of arguing that God's real, and Joe Rogan is such a beta cuck where he's like, well, actually, I don't know, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Dave's like, nah, I think God's real, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. I like that shit. Yeah.
I said that Neil deGrasse Tyson is totally gay or something like that, but yeah.
Well, Joe Rogan's response was like, yeah, but we should all just do mushrooms. I'm like,
dude, when he said that, because I finally finished the episode today. When he said that, I was like, "You're such a fucking loser." Like, honestly, like he really is such a fucking. It's like that's the answer, bro. It's not the answer. Like, by the way, I've done mushrooms. They're awesome. I get it, but like it's not the answer to everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like.
What do you mean? No, have you tried converting to Catholicism?
What'd you say?
What do you mean? Have you tried converting to Catholicism?
I'm already Catholic. Here we can't convert to something I already am.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you need to do is you need to get guns. You need to decentralize. You need to have like a core, like have that family unit, have people that are close to you around you that have like a similar belief system or set of morals. Religion might be a big part of making that happen, and you just have to ignore all of the like bullshit authority, ignore the federal government, ignore all of the governments essentially.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I said this before, but my wife's a Catholic school teacher at a private Catholic high school, and like she sees they're trying to make it not about Catholic stuff in a Catholic school. Like they're like they just brought in like someone from like California, I think, and they're like
a rabbi.
Yes, an old Jewish rabbi for an all-girls Catholic school. No, but like they brought some chicken for California, and she was like, "We should do this," and they're like, and like all of her suggestions were like, "Religion's not important. Like, it's not important." And my wife, who's like the head of the theology department's like, actually, it is important. This is like the whole fucking reason we're here. It's like for this, and like they're allowing in like a lot of girls who are like leftists, like progressive leftists who are like. Just fighting the narrative of Catholic schools. Like, you could go somewhere else. You don't have to go here. But it's like, so why are you here?
That's like everybody who works in education right now. It's like they're few and far between. Even in private religious schools, you're going to have that. I mean, it's the tentacles are ever reaching.
Yeah, they got Catholic school with the with buses. That's how they got you fucking guys. It's kind of amazing. You want to get your kids to school on our cheese buses? Well, let us in. And that's it. They knocked on the they signed at least in New York. That's what happened.
Oh no, yeah, definitely New York. Actually, when I went to Catholic high school, I just took the fucking like MTA bus home before I had a car.
Yeah, but also with the MTA too, they were giving them like we had the
full
metro pass.
We did have that. Yeah, we did.
And that's a foot in the door for the state. And then there you go, little by little. This is what you get.
Okay,
And now Catholic schools can't even fucking rape their kids there anymore. Now they got to get drag queens to do it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How far we fell.
Yeah, right. I thought you meant that it was like a busing system, like in whatever that was, like the 70s or whatever. And they were trying to desegregate the school system. And they were
That
busing
did
the
happen,
black children
though.
long distance away. Now it's the same thing, but they're busing atheists.
but told you actually in Staten Island, there was like how Staten Island broke up, like the South Shore, which is where I'm from, is like super like conservative, mostly right leaning, middle to rich, like legit rich, like millionaires live down there.
Rich
And there's
people on Staten Island, no way.
Dude, some of the richest property in the country is in Staten Island. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know it's a shithole, but it's the truth.
It's only recently become more of a shithole. Like now, all the trash people are moving there.
Yeah, no, it's true. It used to be like growing up,
Oh,
truly
yeah.
like.
Shout out to the trash people.
That's right.
I grew up 2 miles from the Staten Island dump.
Doesn't the Catholic Church own the most real estate in New York or something?
Oh, I don't know. I'll probably look that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
Young Jamie.
someone quick. But like the school down the road from me was a public school called Tottenville High School, and they did that. They bussed in all the kids for the North Shore of Staten Island, which was not the same as the South Shore of Staten Island, and that school became a violent cesspool like immedely. And it's literally down the road from where I went to school. We were like, we're good over here. They had a killer football team though, so pros and cons to everything.
Oh man, I was gonna say, because when you said that your side was like mostly conservative, because I would picture it as mostly those like rich like progressives basically, and I was like,
No.
hell yeah, bust all the poor people down to them and fuck up their school.
No, it was full of mafia money. Not kidding.
Yes.
Like a lot of mafia dudes who have because they have construction businesses.
Well,
But they just have fucking mansions down in the South Shore of Staten Island. It's fucking crazy.
Here's how it happened. When my dad was growing up, Coney Island was filled with like all the Guidos, all the Italians. Before the Guidos were the Jews, and the Jews went to Borough Park.
Yep.
Then like the blacks and the Spanish came to Coney Island. They pushed the Guidos to like Bensonhurst, 86th Street, places like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then that started to become Chinese or Arabic, and then all the Guidos and the Wops go to Staten Island. And now I feel like now they're being pushed further into Jersey.
My parents just moved to Jersey.
There you go. See? That's how it goes.
Well, David Smith got pushed to Jersey too, so the Jews are getting pushed out over there too.
Are y'all familiar with the Dunbar High School in DC?
No.
So segregation was actually good for schools. It was better for the black schools. Dunbar High School was a school in DC that once they started integrating it, they brought in, it was a like top class blacks only school in DC, and they outperformed even the white schools in the area, and they started busting in the
They probably destroyed them in basketball.
I'm saying all the sports killer.
Once integration happened and they were forced to take in like the local ghetto trash, the school just went to shit, and now it's still a shithole.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's the case with with segregation in general. Like they were better off doing what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's probably books and studies about that I've never read. So,
It's forced association, man, which is
pretty sure. Yeah, like the first or second chapter, like Discrimination and Disparities by Thomas Sowell. He covers that. Yeah, there's like hard statistics showing that.
Yeah.
So we need to go back, guys.
Return.
Well, when you tell the again, like an average lefty, like, well, actually that's bad, and they're like, what? Like their heads fucking explode. Like they can't comprehend that forced integration is not a good thing. Like
well, now they want
to associate, even
now,
even two white dudes that don't like each other. It's
now
like it's
the
gonna be a problem.
progressives are weirdly like pro segregation, but in just like the weirdest, wokest way, right? Because they do blacks only dorms and blacks only graduations at Harvard, but it's not like by any standard, because all you have to do is write Black Lives Matter 100 times just to get accepted. So there's no like accountability or standards there. It's just like some humiliation ritual.
That's how much of a hypocrite I am. That like I'm like, we need to bring back segregation, and then they do it, and I'm like, not like that.
Unvaccinated versus vaccinated. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're right. Their segregation literally is always like, yeah, like if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, or if you're white and a straight Not even dude. If you're white and straight, male or chick, it's like, well, you can't be here. It's like that's racist as fuck. It's like how do you know? And it's always again white liberals who are like the forefront of that. Always, it's always
pretty
them.
soon people are
White
gonna
liberal
once
woman.
we're so othered, white men are so othered that people will want to hang out with us because they'll get street cred from hanging out with us.
That's right.
It'll be illegal to be seen with us. People will do it just to break the
Fucking
law.
gangster, man.
Either that or you'll be completely non-existent. It's a
One of
fun
the two. I'm willing to play that game of chicken.
I better get to fucking some chicks.
I don't know. Do you guys ever think we'll see? I mean, I know, probably no, but a national divorce, or that's just fucking never happening.
I think we're getting closer.
I
I
kinda
don't see the
waffle on it.
federal government allowing states to break away
It's possible.
without violence.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
violence.
Well, look, you see what Florida kind of flirted with it. We didn't talk about it, but like DeSantis released that license plate, the "Don't Tread on Us" one, and then bam, they hit us with a hurricane. So they're not going to.
Yeah, and it's awesome that you have a government license plate that has the "Don't Tread on Me," the GADS flag on it.
A little
Was
bit
that New
ironic.
Hampshire's
but
license
cool.
plate for like ever?
Jeff
No,
Dice
there's-
has done some good talks about like throughout the COVID shit. What we were seeing was basically soft secession. I don't know. I kind of waffle back and forth of whether we'll see. I think a national divorce, if it was to happen, we need to get a blue state to do it first. Like, just go ahead and get that in the mythos. Like,
The
once that's
LP did that
precedent,
already. New Mexico. Fuck
Holy
them.
shit! Nick Ashley's in the chat. How did I miss that?
What's up,
yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We got royalty.
Sorry,
in the chat.
we were in the middle of a
sorry.
fucking thing.
By the way, the New Hampshire license plate says "Live Free or Die" on it, which of course is their motto.
that was it.
But their license
That's
plate,
sorry.
everything in the state, including their license plate, has like their one landmark on it, which is the old man in the mountains, and that thing collapsed in like 2009 or something, and it's still
Yeah.
just on everything, even though it doesn't exist.
What's the
It's
more
sad.
base saying? "Don't tread on us" or "Live free or die"?
Oh, dude, that's a great question. Live free or die.
Live
Has
Free or
to be.
Die. Live Free or Die
Live
is
Free or Die.
definitely that's
yeah,
definitely
someone who
more
lives in Texas, it's come and take it.
radical statement. Yeah, that's pretty good too.
That's pretty cool.
That's good
Yeah.
too, but Live Free or Die still, I think, is number one. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
that's
so
like
if you
I'm
don't give
gonna
me
die on the hill of this. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell that they mean it too. When I was moving, I brought it up to my wife. I'm like, New Hampshire or Florida or like Texas or places like this. And I went to New Hampshire and I was like, this place is so fucking hardcore. I was like, it's like too hardcore for me, man.
Dude,
They're about it.
Everyone
Yeah.
up when I went there to do comedy this year, everyone's just bringing me guns to hold.
Or like they have like a huge mushroom in like a glass, and they're like, "You want to buy this?" I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here, man?" It's like, I love it.
It's like we cut off Toad from Mario's head, and this is like you can eat this.
yeah,
Yeah, that was me in the jar, actually.
you meet
dude,
all
it's
of your
like the-
ancestors.
Yeah.
Here's my true knock on New Hampshire. It's too fucking cold. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Everyone from New Hampshire,
Philly
I'm
now.
a pussy.
We
I'm
don't like it.
165 pounds. I have no muscle or fat on me. I'm very cold. I was up there in April this year, and I was like, it's kind of cold. Like,
I'm anti everything in the North, but New Hampshire is real bad with their state monopoly on liquor licensing.
yeah, I was talking
That's one of the
fucking-
worst things there. Yeah, unless you're Justin O'Donnell and you promote it.
And,
I was talking to him about that actually. That's what I
and
was
their
talking to him about
family
it.
their family courts are really bad too.
Which ones
Oh.
are good?
Yeah, true.
Well, surprisingly, you wouldn't think this, but in blue states, you're more likely to get joint custody than in red states. Even in places like Florida and Texas and New Hampshire, they're much worse on family law than the red states, because the red states are like old school, like kids go with the mom no matter what.
Mm,
Uh,
even if they're heroin addicted whores.
even if
Jesus.
I'm not gonna say any names, but yes.
Wow.
Fair.
I mean, I'm speaking from what sounds like experience.
this is actually the real crime of progressivism, is that a lot of these ideas that are good or should be explored further are just completely poisoned by the rest of their insanity. You know?
Oh
And then-
yeah, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if they probably do it on purpose. It's like just what do they call it? Controlled opposition, because now conservatives can't even bring up that point because it'll be a left wing talking point or whatever, and it really just
They
stops.
could if they weren't pussies. They could be
You mean
like
family court stuff?
Yeah,
you
I mean family court.
Yeah.
And shit, all the
I mean,
progressive points, like
drug legalization thing, anything that that you can think of that's decent about liberalism or that side, like the left side of the spectrum. It's hard for anyone on the right to embrace those ideas, and it's important that they do embrace them because they're half the country. We're like 1% or less than 1% our ideas, which are kind of like a mix of both, and we'll unabashedly claim either side, whichever one is correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. But like, where do we fall in this? Because we have no fucking say or voice in any political shit. So it's like
jihad.
Like I said, I'm just going to continue to disrespect women and authority as much as possible.
Yeah, I think Florida is a good decision because it's warm and nice, and they don't seem to give a fuck down there. I also did see like a manatee or seal just roaming the streets today of Florida. That was pretty cool.
Lizzo.
Oh, you were here, right? Were you touring here?
I'll be there in October.
All right, what day?
21st and 22nd. Orlando.
Okay, I'm gonna come down.
Yes.
Pulse nightclub, Adam Nutter.
Yes, I'm headlining.
Everybody bring your ARs.
It's gonna be a bang. It's gonna be a blast, guys.
Adam is going to kill more than anybody has at that place.
Let me
yeah, no, I'll be there. I'm excited.
21st and 22nd.
Yeah. I think I'm
George
doing
Floyd benefit show.
I think Friday I'm doing like the podcast live, and then the next day I'm doing like stand up. Sorry, I'm doing stand up. So come to the stand up one.
Okay.
Or both if you can, but like that'd be cool to hang out. But yeah, but definitely come to stand up one. That'd be fun.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'll bring my wife.
All right. Does it sound like a threat?
She doesn't fuck around.
It's almost like I was trying to fuck you, and you're like, I'm gonna bring my wife just to make sure that can't happen. That's what it sounded like.
Like, I actually got to go now. I was like, my wife said I got to go. I was like, I really don't want to hang out with Adam. He's fucking weird.
Sorry, Adam, I'm taken.
You guys gonna make it like a secret like hand signal to know when I'm being too creepy? Like you scratch your head this way, like your wife has to come over and save you.
Why are you hanging out with this fucking weird skinny dude? I don't know. Let's get out of
here. Who's weirder and skinnier, Adam or Neil?
Oh, Neil's gay. So Neil.
He's Neil gay man is what I call him, actually.
Neil just broke up with his girlfriend, so he's on the market. He's on the market, boys.
Jump on that.
The last episode I tuned into, you could better keep an eye on him. He might end up sleeping with the homeless guy at the park. Seemed like. Oh
yeah. Yeah, Neil's obviously left leaning dude, and like Neil fucking pisses me off a lot because like he's a smart guy, but he's like a fucking classic like midwit. Honestly, like a lot of the time, like he's educated, he's smart, but like some of his takes are just fucking. I'm like, dude, you're smarter than that. You don't believe that, you know? I was like, it's annoying that he's my friend.
You gotta put your foot down, man.
It's what it is. It's like I love him to death, but like it's like the thing is like I don't want to argue with my friend over dumb shit sometimes. It's not worth it. Like I'll push back on like bigger things, but like some dumb like smaller stuff, I'm like, it's not worth it. I just want to like hang out and make dick jokes with you. I don't want to fucking talk about like the economy, like whatever. Like, like don't you guys get tired of that too sometimes? Just want to like not talk about that shit and just like fucking because there's no way I'm sure everyone here has a fucking lefty friend somewhere in their life. Or if
I try to alienate myself from all of them.
I'm in comedy, dude. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. I cannot.
I think I have alienated myself from all lefty people. I mean,
all right, well, fuck you guys. I was trying to sympathize. Just fucking
my parents.
No, I've got a lefty friend. I got a lefty friend who's in the stagehand union who I talk to all the time, and I'm like, I hate unions. Kill the unions.
Nick Neal is my buddy. I do my other podcast with, Cult of Us, my comedy podcast with.
His better podcast. This is the B podcast.
That's right. That's why I'm allowed on this one.
But on the other one, you fuck.
I wasn't allowed on Cult of Us last night. I've been on Cult of Us before.
You have, first of all. Okay, secondly, I thought Neil was missing 2 episodes because he was in Greece being gay. Okay, and that's fair. I thought he was missing 2 episodes.
Wrestling, man. You know that's what he was doing over there.
Oh, 100. By the way, he goes to Greece with another comic friend of ours. They get into like a marital fight when they first get there because our other friend didn't like book the right car. Like, so he put them in a manual, some in automatic. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I thought he was missing 2 episodes. So, but they go to like Crete. They even go to like Athens to see like the fucking Pantheon. They don't go anywhere like historically cool. They just went to like, as he said, the wildwood of like Greece. And I was like, well, what was the purpose? I don't understand. There's so much cooler shit you could have saw. Whatever.
You know the people from Crete are called Cretans. So is that really real?
Yeah.
To go?
In fact, I said the only thing I know about them is the joke from History of the World Part 2. It's the only thing I know about Crete. And they got invaded by the Nazis, I believe.
When I went over there, I went to Lesbos, and I was very disappointed because all it was a bunch of Syrian refugees coming in and raping all the lesbians that live there. So that kind of sucked.
Where
no, that sounds cool, actually.
I don't know where that is. That one of the islands? There's like a million islands.
Yeah.
Fucking Greece is fucking. First of all, they keep failing as a country like 5 times. Get it together, Greece. How many times have to fucking get bailed out by Europe? They suck.
Yeah,
They're the Somalia of Europe.
Lesbos is the island where, so like a bunch of Syrian refugees, like they fled Syria, went through Turkey, and then got into Greece like via Lesbos, and a bunch of them were like in camps on Lesbos. It was like ruining the entire island. It's a whole thing. Lauren Southern features it in her Borderless movie, which is probably her best movie because I think her other stuff is kind of shitty.
Didn't they legalize being a pedo in Greece? Well, I'm
I
gonna look that up right now.
I don't think they ever made it illegal.
I was gonna say, wasn't that their whole thing?
Yeah.
I don't want to Google this. I'm gonna be on a fucking watch list. God damn it! I'm already on a watch list though.
No, it will actually help you.
No, actually, it probably will help you, right?
Actually, the FBI is not looking at this pedophile stuff anymore. I just read an article about
That's
it. So
true.
you're good. Good.
That's because they're all pedos. So.
Oh, by the way,
all the trans graduates from West Point have OnlyFans pages. I think you're in the clear.
Holy shit, it's 15.
What?
The age of consent is 15 in Greece.
Wow.
Well, it's a lot lower in Yemen.
Germany is 14.
I mean, it differs state by state in the U.S., right? I feel like it ranges from like 14 to 16 in the
Japan's
US. 13.
Yo, as far it looks like the further you go east, the lower it gets. Holy shit. What's the lowest one? Now I just want to see what the lowest one is.
In Japan, all the men have really small penises, so they need the tighter pussies.
They can't even get in there.
We're talking about age of consent on a libertarian podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair,
And I'm out.
Greece. Talk about Greece's age of consent, not our. Greece is the creeps. All right, we're talking about Greece being creeps, not us.
Japan is worse, apparently.
Yeah, Japan's even creepier. Let's focus on Japan being creepy, not us.
The bug people.
Yeah, they're weird. What the fuck else is going on over there? But yeah, it's like I don't know. Fuck Europe, honestly. They're fucking trash. Nothing bothers me more. Like we'll sit here all day with the 4 of us, whoever, and like bitch about America and like what we got on here. The second I hear a fucking European criticize this country, I get real 1776-y about it really quick.
Hey, by the way, Japan legalizing fucking 13-year-olds is actually the best argument for having nuked them than any argument I've seen.
Maybe that's why they legalize it, because their brains are fucking retarded now because all the radiation. Yeah. Also, fuck Thaddeus Russell too. I know this is out of nowhere, but but again, Andy was there in Texas. He was at the fucking bar we were at the after party. I wanted to be like, hey man, you're a fucking creep.
Adam and Thaddeus both bit me over the bar. And
I saw that picture of you with Thaddeus. So you're obviously a pedophile now.
Yeah,
and,
that's how it works. That's what says.
Thaddeus, I believe he is an unregistered sex offender.
Unregistered sex offender.
You know, I think you'd have a harder time finding like a Chomo endorsing professor in California. Like that is not an anomaly where he's at. Like that's how I view every college professor in California. They all have that same.
Yeah, well, I think
it doesn't make it right, but I'm just saying.
I think academia breeds that. Honestly, it's like they fucking breed. What was that thing I heard? Where like academia is the only job in the world where like test taking directly correlates like your success in that field. I believe. Yeah. So like it's just filled with people who really have no skills outside of being like I can remember well and rewrite it back to you. So
yeah, they don't They don't provide any goods or services, so
Zero. That's what I'm saying. It's like so. It's like It's like what do you expect from fucking academics?
I don't know, man. You ever have to pee in a cup? Because I think there are a lot of other fields where testing correlates your success in that field.
Steroids? Is that what you're saying? For football? What are you going with that? I don't know.
All drug testing.
All right. No, well, fucking teachers. Oh, I shouldn't say teachers are creepy. My wife's a teacher. College professors.
Adam's got to run cover. He's got to play. He's got to play your caveats well here.
Yeah, I got to be smart with what I say.
Hedge your bet, sir.
Top, because you have kids, obviously. Are you trying to can you homeschool your kids or no? Are you able to?
We're doing it now.
Yeah. How are you liking it?
It's awful. My daughter is doing a pre-K, and it's like she just has no interest in learning from us, but we're trying.
Yeah, but your daughter is an expert at like slaughtering and processing your chickens, though. So
she's very good hands-on.
She's well on her way. Yeah.
The reading and writing part we're having a tough issue with. I was just yelling at her the other day. I was like, "Listen, if you don't learn how to fucking read here, we're gonna have to send you to school with those pedophiles. So please pay attention." And she's just like, "I want to watch Aladdin or something." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Aladdin, that's creepy. It's a fucking a older prince trying to fuck a young chick. Everything goes back. I think in the actual, no, not in the movie, but I think in the actual, in the actual like story, like the lore. I'm thinking, did I just hear that wrong somewhere? Not like Disney movie. Aren't all fucking folklore though just pretty much advice of how not to get your kids fucked? Like Hansel and Gretel was like pretty much that, right? Like don't go with strangers because eating you was a metaphor for like the worst thing possible. Or am I just making that shit up? I could have sworn I heard that. I don't know. I'm also dumb.
The eatable woman. Top probably knows about this. I've heard some Jordan Peterson, like where he breaks down Disney movies and the like lore behind them or whatever, the folklore behind them and their psychological implications.
I feel like there's a lot of creepy like pedo adjacent shit in Disney movies, like Pinocchio with the fucking nose. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm a real boy now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that whole dude, that whole entire thing.
Do your kids watch the Tuttle Twins cartoon? You got them watching that yet?
I should put them on. I forgot about it.
What's that?
I forget. It's they're like the guy's a libertarian. I forget his name. He writes
Connor Boyack.
Connor Boyack writes these the book series called the Tuttle Twins. We have all the books. I read them to him, but I forgot about the cartoon.
I have all the books. I read them to myself before bedtime.
Well, that's because that's your reading level. So it's you can't go higher than that.
They're not the best. They still sent for MLK and civil rights, but they're better than anything else you're gonna find.
So there's
culture.
Yeah, so there's like an animated web series now. I think that's in a similar vein as the books.
They've got a full season. That's pretty good. I watch it with my daughter quite a bit.
So was it just teaching like basic like freedom, liberty, and like take care of yourself?
Yeah, it's a good kids cartoon. They've got episodes about inflation and
basic economic stuff.
They have about the Fed. They have a book. Yeah, all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah, apparently Kate says read John Taylor Gatto, disregard grade levels and all the false milestones public schools pushes. Yeah, public schools fucking straight trash. And I especially experienced both. I went to public like elementary school but then Catholic high school, and it's like, oh yeah, that one was way better. Catholic high school was way better. Like, again, it's like private. It's like smaller. I think there was like 2 fights in the 4 years I went to that fucking school. Like it's just a different world. And then like I said, you go down the road to Tottenville High School, and it was like literal stabbings. It's fucking wild. It's fucking cesspool. But we're over an hour. Let's fucking wrap this shit up. Everybody plug your shit, please. And Toad, go first.
Yeah, TPH_Toad on Twitter. The Tower Power Hour podcast, Wednesday nights. We're in the middle of a September slur tournament, the Slurnament, and we have the finale happening next week. We just did the Final Four on Wednesday. I'm going to drop the episode on all the platforms tomorrow, but it is already up on YouTube, and it will be up on Odyssey, which is where we try to direct people to. So
who's in the finals?
The finals, if you want me to deliver a spoiler here, I don't think these are going to nuke Adam's channel, but the final is Moon Cricket versus Hole.
Oh, no way, I made it? Not Hole. No, I figured
yeah.
Holwood. It's so funny.
Moon Cricket pulled off a couple of decent upsets, I would say.
I'm
yeah.
a strong advocate for Moon Cricket.
Yeah, no, I told the story on TPH, but my buddy's a comic who I take on the road to open with me a lot. We were outside of this club. And he did not know that was a slur. He, honest to God, didn't know. He just thought it was a saying. And there was 2 black comics like in earshot, and he's like, "Fucking Moon Cricket's out tonight," just like joking around. And I was like, "Dude." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "What? They're right, 2 dudes right there. Like, they're gonna fuck you up." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I had to like explain it. He's like, "Oh, anyway, we're not allowed back there." But yeah, so a lot of people don't know that's even a fucking a slur. So
Yeah, it's like 1800s, like slave owner times slur.
I still don't understand it, by the way. We don't have to explain all this.
It doesn't matter if you understand it. Do you feel it, though? When somebody says it, do you feel it? That's what really matters.
Great point. Great point. Go watch Tower Power. Garbage, what do you got?
Follow me on Twitter at Tyler Janke, Tyler Yankee. I'm gay.
Can't confirm.
Hey, man. Yeah, follow me, Top Lobster _ on Twitter, Top Lobster everywhere else, toplobster.com. Check out podcastmerch.com. Go buy some shit from there, too. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I wore your anti-war shirt on my last gig I did.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And people were like, "What's that?" I was like, "I don't really have to explain it, but
It's a URL. Go visit it.
it's fucking pretty." But yeah, go check it out. It's pretty self-explanatory. Idiot.
It's a Chinese dragon.
I was so mad. 2 people were like, "What's the antiwar.com?" I go, "Well," you said the first half out loud. So from there on, you probably figure out what it means.
It's a website from the 80s.
God, I was so mad at them. But hey, you know, to turn people onto at least. Yeah, so go check out Top Shit. It's awesome. I have so many of your shirts. I started wearing to gigs now. Just fucking promote shit.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So go check that out. Go check out everybody here, guys. Fucking everybody here is great. Go check out again everything I got going on. Go check out Cult of Us, youtube.com/Cult of Us to do with Neil Wood, who is gay for sure. Go check that out. And as always, thank you boys for tuning in and helping me out with this. You guys are awesome. And everybody else, peace. See you later.
Thanks for listening. Find Adam on social media, Twitter and IG at Adam Nutter, or Facebook and TikTok at Adam Nutter Comedy. And for podcasts and merch, check out www.droptent.com. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.